Now here's a ton of camera gear, and the reason I have it here is because I'm about to make a video about camera gear that I really like using and recommendations on things that I've found work well for kayaking. This also segues really well into another video that I've been thinking about for a while, and that is the difference between social media and the portrayal of adventures and adventure lifestyles versus real life. So I've always had a love and fascination for photography and videography, as well as a love for the outdoors. And then combining the two together, when my wife and I got into kayaking, that was a very obvious place for me to start bringing equipment with me. And then the Instagram and Kayak Hipster account came from my love of taking pictures and taking videos pretty much everywhere I went. There are a few of us that are indeed guides and get to spend every day outdoors. But for a lot of us, like myself, I have a regular 9-to-5 job, and it's not about sharing look at this lifestyle. It's more about sharing, look at these wonderful locations that are all around us. I get so inspired seeing photos from Danielle in Mexico and Lars and Christopher and Thomas in Norway and just so many other people that I've now become friends with online. And it makes me want to go out and explore more and take more pictures and take more videos and put it together. It's about us coming together as an outdoors community. Through the years, I've been just putting together equipment, saving everything. I have containers full of lenses and cameras. Here's some old lenses when I was actually making lenses myself. It's a lens that I pulled from a medium format Kodak from the 50s that I bought at a garage sale for a couple of dollars, that I mounted on some plumbing pipes so I could adjust focus myself. And then I was actually putting regular Canon, I think this was an F mount. In terms of gear, I do this professionally as well. So I get to borrow and use things that are professional level that I would not be able to afford by myself. And then what I do is I assess each situation and think, is there any possibility that this equipment could get hurt on this adventure? Then I absolutely do not take it, and I take my own stuff. So if I didn't have access to all this professional equipment that I'm using to shoot this video, I would be shooting it on my little DSLR. This is the smallest and cheapest Canon DSLR that they make. And you know, for YouTube, the quality is more than enough for it. And this is a tiny fraction of the cost of all of that equipment combined. Sure, it might not look as nice, but it doesn't matter because it's the content that matters. I think at the end of the day, the best camera is the one you have with you. Once Kayak Hipster started getting a little bit of momentum, at that point I started getting in touch with some companies to get more gear to try out. And I try to be as objective as I can in my reviews. And if something sucks, I will say it sucks. But so far the companies that I've been reviewing have sent me stuff because I reached out to them because I had already been using something of theirs that I paid for with my own money, thought it rocked, and said, do you have something else that I could try? I would love to make a video of it. And that's, for example, where the Gear Lab relationship started from. I had bought with my own money a paddle from them, so I reached out to them and said, hey, I absolutely love this paddle. Would you be interested in working together on something? And since then the friendship has grown, and so they have provided me with paddles to use and play and make videos about, and then in exchange they get publicity about their paddles. And it's a win-win because I wouldn't be able to afford all that gear. I always enjoyed teaching, so once I became a kayaking instructor, I realized just that all the tips and things that I learned, and I mean across the internet, from other instructors, in person, from mentors, I love being able to share those with people, especially if they tell me, when they tell me that it is helpful. And the feedback I've been getting on YouTube has been wonderful. People reach back and say, this was good, how about this? Or actually, how about we work on this together? And I have a couple of collaborations in the works now with other instructors. And all this came from just lots of hard work and wanting to share that with other people. I posted the other day on Instagram a small clip of rolling progress of my storm roll, and it was so wonderful to see the array of comments I got, because some people were saying, that is such a cool roll, I hope I get to learn that someday. And then on the other hand, I had people like Tim Galloway saying, you need to do this, this, and that. And it was amazing to get feedback from both ends, people that inspires them to do more, and then others that are giving me tips so that I can continue to get better. I think the paddling community and just the outdoors community as a whole is a wonderful community to be a part of, and I think Instagram, YouTube, they're great channels for us to interact and continue learning. I have become a better paddler because of the people I've met through these channels, and I'm really hopeful that my progress and my tips have helped others who are also working on different levels of their learning. So that was a long rant, but this is a video that I've been thinking about for months. I want to be very careful in how I approach this topic because I wanted to emphasize the positives that I've found in using these social media channels. And that is just to continue inspiring each other, continue learning, and continue pushing each other forward. That's always Luke Roland, Kayak Hipster. See you next time.